Whenever Ethan walked into a room, he felt like people were judging him, not because they actually said anything, but because his mind never stayed quiet. What if I sound stupid? What if my English is wrong? What if they laugh at me? These thoughts followed him everywhere, at school, at small shops, even while talking to people his own age. Whenever someone spoke English confidently, Ethan became silent. He wasn't bad at English. He understood many words. He practiced alone sometimes. He even watched English videos every night. But the moment real people stood in front of him, his confidence disappeared. One afternoon, Ethan entered a small cafe near his town. It was quiet. A few college students were sitting together laughing and speaking in English confidently. Ethan looked at them silently. He wished he could speak like that too. Not perfect English, just without fear. He ordered tea and sat in the corner. While drinking slowly, he kept listening to those students. Then suddenly, one of them looked at Ethan and smiled. "Hey, do you study nearby?" he asked in English. Ethan's heart started beating faster. He understood the question, but his mind became noisy again. "Answer quickly." "No, wait. What if your grammar is wrong? What if they laugh?" A few seconds passed, then another. The students kept waiting politely, but Ethan said nothing. Finally, he looked down and replied very softly, Yes. The conversation ended there. The students returned to talking with each other, but Ethan's face felt hot with embarrassment. He hated moments like this. On the way home, he kept replaying everything in his mind. Why am I like this? Why can't I speak normally? Why do I always freeze? That night, he couldn't sleep properly. The next morning, Ethan visited an old bookstore near the market. The owner was an elderly man named Mr. Howard. Ethan often came there because the place felt peaceful. Mr. Howard noticed Ethan looked upset. "What happened?" he asked gently. Ethan stayed quiet for a moment. Then he finally admitted, "I'm scared to speak English in front of people." Mr. Howard smiled slightly. "Scared of English?" he asked. Ethan shook his head slowly. "No, scared of people." That answer stayed in the air for a few seconds. Then Mr. Howard closed the book in his hands and said, "Do you know something interesting?" Ethan looked at him. "Most people are too busy worrying about themselves to think about your mistakes." Ethan frowned slightly. "But people judge you," he said. "Sometimes," Mr. Howard replied calmly, "but usually we judge ourselves far more than anyone else does." Ethan listened carefully. Mr. Howard continued, "When I was young, I was afraid to speak too. Not English, just in general." "Really?" Ethan asked. The old man laughed softly. "Every time I spoke, I thought people would think I sounded foolish." "What changed?" Ethan asked quietly. Mr. Howard pointed toward the window outside. "See that little boy?" he asked. A small child was riding a bicycle outside. He lost balance and fell. But after a few seconds, he stood up and tried again. Mr. Howard smiled. Children improve quickly because they are not obsessed with looking perfect. Ethan stayed silent. That sentence hit him deeply. For years, he had been waiting to speak perfectly. Perfect grammar, perfect pronunciation, perfect confidence. But because of that, he barely spoke at all. Mr. Howard looked at him and said, "People who speak confidently are not people who never make mistakes. They are people who stopped being controlled by fear." Something changed inside Ethan that day. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but quietly, like a small door opening in his mind. The next few days, Ethan decided to try something different. Instead of staying silent, he started speaking a little. Very little. At first, it felt uncomfortable. Sometimes he made grammar mistakes. Sometimes he paused too much. Sometimes people didn't even notice what he said. And slowly, he realized something surprising. Nobody cared as much as he imagined. The world did not stop because of one mistake. Nobody laughed at him. And even when someone corrected him, it wasn't the end of the world. Weeks passed, then months. One day, Ethan returned to the same cafe. Again, students were sitting there talking in English. Again, someone looked at him and asked, "Hey, do you study nearby?" But this time, Ethan didn't freeze. He smiled slightly and answered, "Yeah, I'm preparing for college right now." The sentence was simple, not perfect, but real. And for the first time in a long time, he felt proud of himself. That evening, while walking home, Ethan realized something important. People judged him before he even spoke, because he judged himself first. The fear was never really English. It was the fear of embarrassment, the fear of mistakes, the fear of what people might think. But confidence doesn't come before speaking. It comes after speaking anyway. And sometimes, one small sentence can change the way you see yourself forever.